Hello, church family. Pastor Dave here. I had another devotional thought I wanted to share from Psalm 46. Last time I shared a devotional, we began this beautiful passage and talked a little bit about God being our refuge, our fallout shelter, our doomsday bunker. When the world is coming to an end, we run to Him. And that's what the psalmist says. Though the earth be removed, when it seems that the world is coming to an end, we run to God. He's our refuge. He's our strength. He's our very present help. But as we read on in the psalm, we find out that God is sovereign over nature, but God is also sovereign over the works of man. In verse 6, the psalmist said, "The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved." In verse 9, "He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow, he cutteth the spear in sunder, he burneth the chariot in the fire." The heathen rage, and the kingdoms were moved. There's all kinds of wars and destruction going on. And God is sovereign even over that. God said, "I can bring all of that to an end." In verse 8, the psalmist says, "Come, behold the works of the Lord, what desolation he hath made in the earth." The desolation that God can make is far greater than any desolation that man can make. The different kingdoms of the earth want the world to fear them. Military powers, and they want the fear of men, the awe and the respect. And here in this passage, the psalmist says, God is sovereign over all of that. As we watch the news, and we hear much about the COVID-19 virus, we don't hear a lot about the wars going on in the world, the rocket attacks against Israel, and suicide bombing and the like. And I know some of that is still going on, persecution against Christians, and there will always be evil men doing evil things, but it seems that for now the guns have ceased and silenced. And God says, "I'm to be feared above all men." And so how do we respond? What are we to do? In verse 10, he says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth." You see, every once in a while, God has to put things on pause, and he has to make the world remember and recognize that he is God. He is the one to be feared. And that happens from time to time, maybe with a tsunami or a volcano blast or this COVID-19 virus. And so the instructions for us are clear. Be still and know that I am God. As God exalts himself in the earth, as God exalts himself among the heathen, we are to be still. Now, I'm trying to be still. I'm trying to live according to the stay home, stay safe policies. My wife says I'm pretty restless and I'm always got to be moving and doing something. This being still. We need to be still and know that I am God. We need to focus on him. Not just cease from our usual activity, but turn our attention to him, to know that he is God. What does that mean? It means he is all-powerful. He is sovereign over the affairs of men. Be still and know that I am God. It says God exalts his glory in the earth and among the heathen. We need to remember verse 11 that he is with us and he is our refuge. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. The God that is to be feared in all the earth is our refuge and strength. And yes, we fear him, but in times of trouble, we run to him and find our help in him. What a God we serve. How great is our God. Thanks for watching this. I hope this passage was an encouragement to you. Feel free to reach out to me, share with me prayer requests or updates for your family and your particular situation. I'd love to hear from you. Please know that I'm praying for you. God bless you. May God keep you safe.